Since you mentioned alpha, we
Yeah,
might as well talk about some alpha, yeah?
yeah, yeah.
So you showed off at New York Comic Con the prototypes, and those were the same ones that were shown at
Yeah, yeah.
NCCC.
Yeah.
All right. Um, I know there's been a lot of questions about is this going to follow in suit with Street Fighter 2? Are you guys going to try and finish the game? Or are you going to jump around and do other games? Or
I don't know because like the landscape of Street Fighter is different now than it was when we started Street Fighter 2.
100%?
Like there's so many players in the game now. There's so much going on where it feels like if we stuck to the same like goal, it wouldn't match today's climate kind of, right? So I mean, Street Fighter Alpha, I mean, obviously is fan favorite and still something that I'm super interested in doing.
Mm-hmm.
But because we've already done Street Fighter 2 and kind of completed the core cast, and a lot of those cast members continue on throughout all the whole franchise.
Mm-hmm.
So I feel like maybe for Alpha, we still stick to 3 character waves, but maybe focus on more unique characters or like first time appearance characters that are also fan favorites by now too. Like there's so many amazing characters that's not in Street Fighter 2 that are still A tier characters in Street Fighter. So
Mm-hmm.
I still feel like there's so much opportunity. So, like
the cast is big.
Yeah, the cast is big. There's so many amazing designs. So I feel like there's still enough meat on the bone for us to like kind of like do something fun and unique, right?
Yeah, for sure. I mean, Rose, we definitely need Rose.
Yeah.
But that's the thing, Cheney. You can start naming every single one of them. It's like, yeah, I need that one.
I need all
that
of them.
one.
I need them all.
That one. Definitely need this one.
Yeah.
But Rose has never really got figure treatment before, too.
Yeah.
So
that's There's a couple that's never existed ever.
Yeah.
And those would be dope just to have. Yeah.
Yeah. So, like still doing popular characters, still doing characters we know are going to do well, but also peppering in just like wild card figures that you might that are unexpected and have got less to no representation in figures.
Love the wild cards.
So there's a lot of opportunities still, I think, for Alpha.
So you had mentioned that you had set kind of a 1.5 standard heading out on Street Fighter 2. What are some of these improvements that we should be expecting from Street Fighter 2 into Street Fighter Alpha now, since you said this is a new standard that you're going into?
So like I feel like when we first started Street Fighter was when that was like kind of like our breakout line. And that was like 1 or 2 years into us making action figures. We kind of did our Universal Monsters. That was kind of like the trial run. And then Street Fighter was like a 1.0 at the time, So that was kind of like the focus there was, like maintaining articulation, but balancing the look of it. So it was more articulation, and the balance of look was kind of like the focus for 1.0. For 2.0, it's incorporating those, but also focusing on hand feel. So the intangible aspect of it, to where like, so some of the joint systems we've used in the past, it's hard to control in production as far as like consistent like tolerances and smoothness. So for the 2.0, a big element of the focus will be how to make something more hand friendly, I guess. So we're just adding another layer to like our idea of action figures, right?
Okay. I had noticed with Vega, he has something that none of the other figures had before. He's got the little plastic piece inside the head sculpt where you pop it on.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, that's part of it too.
Yeah. So it's a solid snap every time versus a different shape of the head, and you got to fit that that ball area in there. Whereas now you can hollow out a square, plug in that piece, and it's going to fit every single time.
Yeah. So, I know people probably know this, but usually you could pare it down to two different plastics. That's softer plastic and harder plastic.
Mm-hmm.
So like the softer plastic, the PVC, it changes and warps depending on temperature. So something that might feel consistent now might feel stiffer when it's colder, or like looser when it's hot.
Mm-hmm.
Whereas like the harder plastic, the ABS, is more consistent. So using certain plastics for points that are removable make it more consistent and add to that like hand feel like element. So yeah, that's a perfect example of like micro improvements going in that direction. And then for the 2.0s, kind of like going all in on that. So like typically like import style joints have more consistency because the joint is pre-assembled using a certain type of plastic and inserted into the body part. Whereas our existing figures are more like they're insert molded, and the plastics they use can be hard to control consistency and tolerances in mass production, right? So yeah, things like that is going to be a big part of what makes it a 2.0. In addition to all these other small things that add up to the overall thing. Yeah.
Look at you. You've learned so much in this short amount of time.
But like the improvements are seen, when people get them in hand, they're like, this feels just better than something from a year ago.
Yeah.
From half a year ago even. So it's like, that's great.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, ideally, like the way you're moving and you're always improving and adding these improvements in. I mean, it's great to see, because it's like, it's not like you're just like, okay, we've got our basic setup here, fire them out, and it's good to go. Like it's whatever, you know what I mean? And I think a lot of that stems from you being a fan of a lot of these properties that you work on,
Yeah. Because it's funny, because like even like if you're an expert in action figures, because you've collected them and understand what's good, what's bad, like that doesn't translate one-to-one when you're making it.
No, it's a completely different world.
So it's like you're almost starting over again, even though you have a really good understanding of figures in general. So that's something that I realized too. Like, oh yeah, like I understand figures, but once you make it, you kind of have to start from scratch, or you start from a baseline, and then learn again. So yeah,
it's nice to know that stuff, like to know what you like, because then you can find out, okay, why did I like that? How can I? What else can I learn from this? That's great.
Yeah.
From learning this stuff and where you're at now of, expanding and enhancing and making it better, on the outside of that, do you feel like with these coming waves, is there more that you want to add? And I mean, like, I want to really look into more head sculpts or more hands or more accessories. Or is it just figure wise?
It's a balance, because like we could put all the bells and whistles, but it might not be accessible to a certain percentage of our fans. Whereas if we go too bare bones, it doesn't cater to the more hardcore fans. So it's kind of finding the balance. And even more so now, like there isn't really a set standard of like an expectation on price. So I mean, we try to maintain like an accessible price point, but I think more so now, more willing to go a little bit farther or further out, and including things that we might not have done in the past. So it's always a balance. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Do you gentlemen have any other questions about Alpha?
Just excited for it, just to see what you guys plan. But like, yeah, it's just how can I not look forward to all the properties that you guys are tackling already? So it's even sometimes I forget what you guys are making. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
It's like, oh yeah, it's like when we're talking about, it's like, what are we covering? And it's like, oh wait, they're also doing this. When you mentioned Cyberpunk before, I was like, forgot about that one. I completely like, I'm looking forward to it. I'm like, I forgot about that one. So yeah. just keen to see what other characters you got planned for this one.
And it, as of right now, what is the accessory loadout kind of like looking like? Are we looking at 2 sets of hands, 2 heads, or?
Yeah, mostly. Some of the characters have more unique accessories or maybe unique elements to it that might require a little bit more.
Mhm.
So similar to what we did in the past where, like a character like M. Bison has a wired cape or Dalsim has a full set of stretchy, bendy limbs. Like that's a little bit more than what you get out of like a Fei Long,
Mhm.
If we could make it work and squeeze it in, we will. If we have to move up to a next like price point to make it full, we'll also consider that. So mostly we try to make it uniform enough where it's like retail friendly, but we also try to go squeeze in as much as possible. So yeah, we'll see.
Yeah.
Okay.
Very cool. Because I know you said the wire capes and the accessories that you use and everything. Did you still want me to send in more hair samples to bring out the real hair on Zangief? Or you're not gonna do that no more? No.
I don't think anyone wants to buy that.
Yeah.
Are you
Yeah.
sure? All
Yeah,
right.
possibly.
I haven't shaved in a while. I know we talked about it, June, but so no real hair on Zangief no more. All right, that's cool. I understand.
So I know that you're already working on 2 different Street Fighter games, but Street Fighter 6 is insanely popular. And every time I see you, I ask you this, and I would be remiss if I didn't.
He really does.
Is there potential maybe to get around to Street Fighter 6?
Yeah, I mean it's available to us for sure, but it's just always about it's on the table. When can we get to it? Like,
Well, yeah, because your plate right now is like overflowing. You're
yeah,
like
yeah.
you're kind of at the buffet, and you're standing there like I got that, I got that, I got that. You're like, oh, Street Fighter 6. I can't fit it on here right now.
You want
So,
to, but it's
yeah, you got to go back, eat some, and then you can come back out and pull the Street Fighter 6 and put it on the plate. I got you.
yeah. So, I mean, and that goes with a lot of things. Like, there's always so many like options and a lot of things in talks all the time. But it's just a matter of realistically what can we get to and what we have to prioritize. So, yeah.
Understandable.
Very understandable.
Mhm.
Okay. Well, I think that about wraps it up here. You guys have anything else?
I'm good. That's a lot.
Right.
It's a lot
It
of food.
is. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. As I've said many times throughout this, it's looking to be 2026 Jada Summer. It's going to be wild.
Yeah, it's going to be a busy 6 months for me for sure.
Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah, dude. Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
So you're not showing off the next wave of Alpha tonight? No, we're not doing that? Oh, okay.
Off screen.
Okay. All right. That's fine. Thank you. Haha.
All right. Once again, thank you so much for hanging out with us, man. We greatly appreciate it. Can't wait to see more. And yeah, stick around because there's always more coming.
Mhm.